The most absurd response to all of this, by the way, is after Nikki Haley suggested that people over the age of 75 should have a mental competency test before we elect them president of the United States. Don Lemon of CNN, he immediately suggested that she's not in her prime. Now, if this was said by literally any other host on TV, we would recognize this for what it is, which is sexism. Nikki Haley is 51 years old. Nikki Haley is not over the hill. Nikki Haley is not even remotely in the elderly category in the United States. She is 51 years old. Here is Don Lemon suggesting that she is not in her prime. By the way, Don Lemon is currently 56 years of age.
Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. Oh, I got another.
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that. So I think she has to be careful about saying that politicians aren't in their prime.
You need to qualify. Are you talking about prime for like child bearing, or are you talking about prime for being president?
What the facts are. Google it. Everybody at home. When is a woman in her prime? It says 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I'm just saying Nikki Haley should be careful about saying that politicians are not in their prime and they need to be in their prime when they serve, because she wouldn't be in her prime according to
Google
or whatever
What
it
an
is.
absurd human being Don Lemon is. What an absurd, ridiculous, and sexist human being Don Lemon is. Obviously, we are talking about political prime. 51 is very, very young in political terms. We currently have a couple of octogenarians running for president of the United States. And Don Lemon is saying 51 isn't in your prime politically. Yes, there is a difference, I would assume, between your sexual prime and your political prime, or your childbearing prime and your political. That is like the most sexist thing I've seen a mainstream host say on national TV. And she can go, like, people are just going to ignore it because Don Lemon is gay and black, and therefore we have to pretend that everything that he says is decent and okay. But literally any other host says that. Like if somebody said, Kamala Harris is not in her prime. Kamala Harris. We know that she's not in her prime? Because Kamala Harris, by age, Kamala Harris right now is 58 years old. She is 7 years older than Nikki Haley. And if you Google it, woman in her sexual prime at 58, she ain't. So Kamala Harris is, like, if I said that, boycotts galore. Don Lemon says that sort of thing on CNN. Everybody goes, well, he is Don Lemon, so I guess it's unbelievable stuff there from the journalismers